All right, I told everybody that I would record the webinar this morning and throw it up on My Big Campus for everybody to see if you had any questions or to rewatch it. We did have some problems with that, still trying that out and getting all that down. So I decided to throw this on my explain everything and go ahead and go through everything one more time with everybody. So if you watch it, you can get the idea of what we were talking about this morning. We did go over FaceTime and iMessages this morning. And you'll find this right here on your iPad. That's the FaceTime app. You see it here. This is what it looks like when it pops up. On the right hand side is your basically what you use to dial, and then your picture will be here until you call somebody, and then their picture will show up. That's my son. They both my kids like to use FaceTime. They call each other. It's kind of funny in the same house. Now, you can use FaceTime to make video calls using your iPad, and you can make these to other iPads, iPods, iPhones, Mac computers. Remember, you can use to call each other. In the way of teacher-wise, students cannot use the FaceTime feature because we have disabled the cameras. So to start, what you'll need to do is you'll need to click on the Settings button. And when you click on the Settings button, it's going to take you to this page here. Now, this page here, what you'll do is down at the bottom, you're going to come down here to where it says FaceTime. And the first thing you're going to do is click on FaceTime. Then you're going to come up here to make sure you slide it over and you'll turn it on. Now, we're asking everybody to make sure that they use their school email address. That way we all know each other's FaceTime address. If you have used something else as your Apple ID like mine, I use my home email address. Go ahead and click on add another email address and just simply put in your school ID or your school email address and click on that. And then if you've updated your browser, step 4 will let you choose what you're going to use as your caller ID. And go ahead and use your school email address once again for your caller ID. That way we know who's calling us and we know how to get a hold of everybody. Now what this step's going to do is, excuse me, it's going to take us through how to set up contacts. When you open up FaceTime, down here in the bottom corner, you'll see the contact button. And go ahead and click on that contact button, and this will show up. Now, up here in the groups, you'll want to select groups, and then this screen, the second one here, will come up. What we're looking to click on is this one here. You'll see mine says Strain B / IBM Lotus Notes Traveler. The one up here also says that, but these are my contacts. What I want to do is open up the school's contacts. So I want to select the second one here, and it'll open up into this page. From here, all you'll have to do is type in someone's last name, and everybody will show up right here in a list. If they have a real common last name, you might want to type their first name too. But like if I would type Grieve, both Mr. Greaves and Jerry Grieve would show up. And so you might have to type their first name, but usually if you type their last name, it works. Now once they show up, if you click on them, this screen here will show up. Now from this screen, you can FaceTime them, but if you just FaceTime them, what's going to happen is next time you want to get a hold of them again, you'll have to go all the way back here to this first screen. So what you'll need to do is click Create a New Contact. And when you create a new contact, this right here will show up, and it'll have their name, their work email address, and everything. And just click Done. And then what that will do is that'll permanently put them in your contacts folder. This is what your permanent contact folder will look like when you click it and you'll person in your contacts. You'll see this is Chris Cisco. She's in my contacts. It'll have her work address. It'll also have her home one if that was there and she had that available. And all you have to do is click on either one of these. If I clicked on her work address, I would call her using her work address. If I clicked on that, I would call her using her home address. We're going to be using our work one. So I'll just simply click on her address right here, and that would basically start our video chat. It's pretty neat. It works out well. It's easy to contact each other. If you have a question for us, it's easy to contact us. Now, one thing I am going to urge everybody, both at North Central and Union, to do, if you have a question and you want a quick answer, I would suggest you contact the students at the Student Support Center. Okay, these are students that we have every hour except for third hour. They basically have a desk, they have a Mac right there on there, and they know how to use this. They FaceTime me all the time. Here's their address. So if you would put in as a name up here, Student Support Center, and as the work email, put this in, you can FaceTime them. We have trained them. They're very knowledgeable on how to use the iPad, on My Big Campus, and a lot of other things. And if they don't know something, they know where I'm at all the time, and they can get a hold of me. They leave you messages, say, hey, you know, so-and-so needs help. You need to get back with them. And then I can either FaceTime you, come see you, or get a hold of you sometimes. You can FaceTime me if you want. I usually have my iPad on and pick up FaceTimes about 90% of the time. But there are times when I'm in meetings, when I'm helping another teacher, or when I'm helping a class, several webinars that I attend each week, that I can't pick up a FaceTime immediately. And that's where they would help out, that they could answer that FaceTime, help you out, and if they can't help you out, they can point you in the direction that where you can get a hold of me. The other thing we talked about was iMessage. Now, I know iMessage is not very popular with the teachers because when you hear iMessage, you automatically think of the students using it all the time. But it's really a easy-to-use chat or message system in which you can talk to other teachers and go back and forth and help each other out without sending emails. It's just quick, instant. It happens. Once again, you can send it anywhere that you have a wireless network. You can send it to iPads, iPhones, iPods, Mac computers, or anything else. Once again, what you'll need to do is you'll need to start off by clicking the settings button right here. Then you're going to go to the screen that you went to when setting up FaceTime. But this time what you're going to do is first you're going to click on the iMessages button. And that'll open up this screen here. You'll need to turn iMessages on. And then what you'll need to do is we're going to once again use our school address or school email address as our iMessage account to be reached at. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to click on this, and this will open up this screen over here. And you'll need to make sure that you can see your school email here. If you can't see your school email, you'll need to click Add Another Email and put in your school email so you can be reached using it. Once again, if you're using the new operating system and you've updated your operating system, you'll see this here, and it's basically going to be your calling card. When you send a text to someone else or a message on iMessage, it's going to say it's from strainb@nesc.k12.in.us. Now, iMessages is real easy to use. This is what it looks like here. You'll see I have a message from Patty and a message from Carrie here. And when you click on it, the messages appear over on this side of the screen. To create a new message, all you'll need to do is to this button here, this piece of paper with a pencil, you'll need to click on it. And then here where it says to, once again, type in the person's last name. And a box will come up with everyone matching that, and simply click on the person that you want to message. Now the first thing you'll do is type in a subject if you want to. The second, underneath, you can type in your message. Now this message can be as long or as short as you want, or as need be. Now the one thing that's neat about iMessage is the camera feature. Now you can take a picture using your camera on your iPad. You can take a video on your iPad. You can use your photo roll or your photo library, and you can add pictures to these iMessages. So it's great for sharing pictures and things like that. Once you got everything done, on number 4 right here, all you'll need to do is click, and it'll send it out to the person you're sending your message to. Now, one thing to be aware of, if you do type in someone's name and it comes up like this, like Norm's is here, basically that means they haven't set their iMessage up. Hopefully everybody gets that done upcoming soon, so we won't run into those. And if you have any questions doing this, once again, just contact me, and we'll get that all taken care of. A couple things. People have been asking about the slideshows and stuff. So you can watch these again, a replay of these. We're going to be putting these on a new group that I created. In My Big Campus, you should have noticed that everyone should now belong to the NESC Teacher Training Group. It's a new group that all the high school teachers now belong to, at both Union and at North Central. In this training group, under the resources, I will be putting copies of the slideshow So if you miss something, you can go back and get those slideshows and look at it. You don't have to worry about taking notes as we go along. You can listen and take in everything and then go back and get all those notes, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, I'm going to be recording these. It didn't work this week. Next week, hopefully it'll work, so I don't have to go back and do this on explain everything. But I will be recording these, and then I'll be putting these videos also along with the slideshow on that My Big Campus training group. So you can watch these anytime that you want to. Also, last thing, questions. Once again, if you have any questions, email them to me. FaceTime me now. Hopefully everybody gets FaceTime set up. Contact the Student Support Center, and they'll tell you or answer your questions. And if they can't answer them, you can get a hold of me. But our next training will be on October 9th, and I don't know exactly where it's going to be yet. I'll be sending that information out at the end of the week or this weekend. Thanks.